and we are going to discuss about the Raja Rao. Raja Rao is the one of the three pillars of Indian writing, and we have already discussed about Murugaranand and Arkanarayan. And after this is the last one of the three pillars of Indian writing, Raja Rao. Raja Rao was born in the year 1908 and he died in the year 2006. Okay, so he belongs to the Vedantic family. Vedantic family means in the sense that the family who follows Vedanta and Upanishad, and they live the life with the truth and self-awareness. So the family who belongs to Vedanta or follows the Vedanta, that is said that is Vedantic family. So his guru was Sri Atmanand, and because he follows his guru and he dedicated his work, The Serpent and the Rope, that was published in 1960, dedicated this work to his guru Atmanand, Sri Atmanand. Okay, and when he was at the age of 4, his mother died because of some reason, so that left a deep scar inside him, right? So, and he was the co-editor of journal Tomorrow, co-editor of journal Tomorrow with Ahmad Ali. Okay, this is the fact. This is the fact of the Raja Rao. You need to note down this. Okay, let's move on the awards. He got award, Sahitya Academy Award in 1964 for The Serpent and the Rope, that was published in 1960. And this work he dedicated to his guru, Sri Atmanand. Okay, and the second award, Padma Bhushan in 1969, and next award, Padma Vibhushan 2007, posthumously in the sense this award was given to him after the death of Raja Rao, right? So, and the next award is International Nustet Prize 1988 by Oklahoma University. This international award is given to the person who is internationally acclaimed, right? And this award is equal to or parallel to Nobel Prize, right? So you need to note it. Okay, here are some novels of Raja Rao. First is Kanthapura. Kanthapura, that was published in 1938. Okay, we will discuss brief summary about this Kanthapura. Okay, the next novel is The Serpent and the Rope, that was published in 1960, and the next thing is The Cat and the Shakespeare, A Tale of India, 1965. Next work is Comrade Krillo, 1976. And the next is The Chess Master and His Moose. Okay. So here are the short stories of Raja Rao. First, Client, 1934, and the next is The Cow of the Barricades, 1938, and the next work is Policeman and the Rose, 1963, and the next work is The Writer and the Word, 1965. Here are the non-fiction of the Raja Rao. So first is Changing India, an Anthology, 1939. The next is The Great Indian Way, 1998. This is a biography of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so let's discuss brief summary about the Kanthapura. Kanthapura was published in 1938. So first you need to know about this. Introduction was written by R. Parthasarathy, right? He was poet, right? So the Kanthapura is set. The setting of Kanthapura is the same name Kanthapura, that is the fictional town of South India, as we have already studied. In Arkanarayan's fictional place was Malgudi, right? Malgudi, that represents the South India. Here is also the Kanthapura, it also represents South India. Here is the narrator Achakka, and her point of view, the Achakka knows everything. Achakka, she knows everything about every character of this novel. And the point of view is first person narrative. She also mentions only we, right? So we are doing this, we are doing that, right? Something like that. So this is the point of view, first person point of view, and it is the amalgamation of the tradition, folktale, and other things that modern contemporary that time. And it explores the India's independence movement, because Raja Rao belongs to the Gandhian age in the sense that when he was born, then the age was the Gandhian age, the Gandhi's movement, non-violence movement, and Asahयोग Andolan that was ongoing that time, right? So he belongs to Gandhian age. That's why in his work we found amalgamation of the Gandhian philosophy and tradition, folktale, and modern contemporary. It explores the Indian independence movement, and it shows Gandhian philosophy. And many of the works will get Gandhian philosophy of Rajarao. Okay, and here we can discuss about the characters of this Kantapura. First is Murthy. Murthy is the main protagonist who is Brahmin and he is the leader of the village, right? And becomes after some time. And he is known as Small Mountain. Why he is known as Small Mountain? Small Mountain in the sense who follows the Gandhi, right? Who follows the Gandhian philosophy. That's why he is known as Small Gandhi. We can say it, right? And who is the large mountain? Large mountains represent Gandhi, and he is the small mountain, right? So that's why he is called small mountain, because he follows the Gandhian philosophy and he represents the Gandhian. He resembles Gandhi, right? In the Kantapura, in the particular village Kantapura, that is the fictional place. So, and he is also known as noble cow. Why he is known as noble cow? Because of his gentleness, his generosity, his helping nature of the people to the helping nature of the people of the Kantapura, right? That's why he is known as noble cow. He follows Gandhi. And next our character is Bhatta, who is a wealthy landowner. And the next is Rambe Gowda, who is executive officer and known as Tiger. And he supports Murthy, right? He supports Murthy. And here is the another character, Rangamma. Rangamma, she is widow woman and she is well educated. She also follows Gandhian philosophy here. Here is the Bade Khan. Bade Khan is a Muslim police officer and who is a agent of British, who follows agent and who follows the orders of the British government. So let's jump into the plot. What is the plot? Here the main. Okay, first you need to know about the goddess of Kantapura. Goddess, what happened? Goddess of Kantapura, Kenchamma. Okay, Kenchamma who protects Kenchamma protects the Kantapura. This goddess lives hilly side of the Kantapura, right? And here there are many characters in this story, but we are going to discuss only main characters. And here is Narsamma. Narsamma, who is mother of Murthy. Mother of Murthy. Okay, let's talk about the plot, how the plot starts here. Achakka, who is the narrator, she tells everything, she knows everything about every character, so she tells everything first person point of view, right? So how the story starts? The story starts with the Murthy in the Kantapura. He lives in the Kantapura and he leaves the village for the city where he just wants to get university education there, and he starts following Gandhian philosophy. He knows about the Gandhian philosophy that untouchability or caste system is the rubbish thing that has been destroying our village Kantapura, right? And he comes back from the city to the Kantapura and he starts teaching to the Kantapura villagers that about the caste system is the rubbish thing that is destroying our culture, that is destroying our togetherness. So he tells everything about these things, right? Gandhian philosophy, and he teaches the people. And after some time, what happens to him? The priest of the, because the Murthy belongs to the Brahmin family, right? Brahmin family. So here in the Kantapura, we can see that the place is the Kantapura. The village is divided into two parts. First part, there the Brahmin family, upper class family lives. Upper class families live, and the next part, lower class or the Pariya family or the lower class or potters, weavers, they live. That is, those are considered as a lower caste family, right? So the Kantapura divided into two parts. Okay. So what happens? The Murthy belongs to upper class Brahmin family, and he is against the caste system. So the Kantapura's priest, those priests belong to upper class. They start standing against Murthy, and they combine together and unite together, and they excommunicate. They excommunicate the Murthy from their society, Brahmin society. Listening the news of excommunication of her son Narsamma gets shocked, and in the shock she dies. Means she is the mother of Murthy. She dies. Okay, after that Murthy goes to Rangamma. She is well educated and she also follows the Gandhian philosophy. She is very influenced by the Gandhian philosophy. So Murthy goes to Rangamma and he starts living with Rangamma. Rangamma is widowed and she also supports and encourages. She also supports and encourages Murthy for the next, right? And one day, what happened? Skeffington coffee state. There is the coffee state. Let's change the color. Skeffington coffee state. Here, lower class people or working people work there. So this is the Skeffington coffee estate. Here, from here, a letter comes to for the Murthy, and the Murthy reads that letter was the invitation letter, right? So that the Murthy goes there and teach the Gandhian philosophy there to the working class people, so that they can improve their situation, they can learn about the caste system, right? So the letter invitation comes to Murthy, and the letter is accepted by the Murthy happily, right? Then the next day he goes to the Skeffington coffee estate. Then what happened? There Bade Khan, who is Muslim police officer, he stops him, Murthy, right? And seeing this situation, workers of the Skeffington coffee estate, they started protesting. They started beating Bade Khan. Okay, Bade Khan. And because of this situation, the violence begins there, right? And because of this violence, that Murthy gets disappointed with this violence, because he follows Gandhian philosophy, non-violence, right? So because of this, he keeps fast for 3 days, right? And after some time, British government they think that the Murthy is the main cause of the protest, right? He is the leader of the protest. He encourages people to protest against the British government. That's why British government sends jail to Murthy, right? So Murthy is sent to the jail and where for 3 months, right? 3 months. And in the absence of the Murthy, in the village Kanthapura, Rangamma, who takes the place of Murthy. She follows Gandhian philosophy. She teaches women of the village, and she teaches about she tells about the story of Lakshmi Bai and Kamala Das and great fighters, women fighters. And she encourages people. She encourages women for the journey, for the revolt, right, against the British government. And seeing this, the British government fed up with this protest, and the British government started sending soldiers and policemen to the Kanthapura, and they set fire on the Kanthapura, right? They set fire on the Kanthapura village, and the Kanthapura village completely destroyed. Many people died, and many people left the Kanthapura, and they started living a nearby village. That village name is Kashipura, right? Kashipura. And after some time, what happened? That Murthy was released from the jail after 3 months, and when he comes to the village Kanthapura, then he sees that the Kanthapura is completely destroyed. There is no one, right? So he gets disappointed deeply, and he stops following the Gandhian philosophy, that is non-violence, right? This is the ideology only, and he starts following Jawaharlal Nehru's realist movement, that is based on realistic, right? So he joined realist movement, and at the end of the novel, Rangamma, she is still in the jail. Okay, and this is how the story ends. This is the brief summary of Kanthapura. If you want to deep study, then do it by yourself. Okay, so here is the next novel, The Serpent and the Rope, that was published in 1960. The theme is illusion and reality. Here the serpent represents the illusion, right? And here the rope represents the reality. Here you can see the cover page of the book. Here, I hope you are able to see this. Here is the serpent, snake, right? And here's the rope. Both look like similar, but first the serpent represents illusion and the rope represent reality. So this serpent and the rope is based on illusion and reality. Here is the main protagonist, the Ramaswamy, and he is the protagonist. He is intellectual Brahman. Okay. And here is the Madeline. Madeline is the wife of Ramaswamy, and the third character is the Savitri. She falls in love with Ramaswamy. Okay, so if you want to learn this, then do it by yourself, because I'm not going deep in this work. So here are some previous question. So the name of the goddess in the Kantapura is Kenchamma. Okay, we have already studied Kenchamma. Kenchamma who protects, who lives on the hill and protects the Kantapura, right? So here is the correct option will be Kenchamma. Achakka is the narrator of the Kantapura, right? And here is the match of the following. Okay, here Mulk Raj Anand, we have already studied about the Mulk Raj Anand. The Mulk Raj Anand's novel is Coolie, right? And here Raja Rao, we study Raja Rao's Cat and Shakespeare. And Premchand novel, I think I know it, that is Prem Ashram. And Girish Karnad, who was famous Indian writer. So his famous work is Nagamandala. So correct answer will be C. Okay. So this is all about the Raja Rao. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you are preparing for any kind of competitive examination, NET set or any UGC NET or CSIR NET, then do come our coaching center. So thank you for watching this video.